Hey, I'm Empress Goddess from InAlignment Ministries, and I want to do Leo. I'm doing it in March. This reading is in March, but it's the current energy. So whenever you come to this page, whenever you come across this video, the message is for you, okay? It's timeless. So I've been doing a new spread where I look at the strengths and areas of improvement, as well as overall energy and a heads up. And the heads up is usually like giving you a heads up of what to expect, so you can be privy to the information. It doesn't mean it has to happen. It's just giving you a heads up based on the current energy, based on the current factors, based on the current actions. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start off with strengths and weaknesses or areas of improvement, okay? So, the first card that came out was the Five of Wands. Ooh, that's blurry. The Five of Wands. Okay. The next one is the Ace of Cups. And the Six of Swords. Okay. So when I saw the Five of Wands, I initially thought of you being able to beat the odds, being able to keep fighting. Usually you would say that with like the Seven of Wands, but I heard it with the Five of Wands. So, your persistence and your resilience has allowed you to beat the odds in certain situations. And I also see that, you know, there were a lot of conflicts, as far as with personalities and not meshing, and the vibe wasn't right or conducive, for your mental well-being or your mental health. But you survived that part. You moved past that. Okay, the conflict. I'm also seeing, there's another message that wants to come in. Just give me a minute. I heard girl fight, but that's not the message I was hearing, but I heard girl fight. So some of you may have personalities that don't mesh well with certain feminine energy, not necessarily women, but like a feminine energy. Some energies don't vibe well with you. Mesh. Man, a message that came, but it was kind of faint. Okay, I'm gonna have to let it go. Maybe it'll come back. With the Ace of Cups, remember I told you being able to move past it. So you're in that looking forward to newness, looking forward to opportunities, looking forward to overflow, newness, new love, new relationships, just new, all things new. And moving away from things that don't mean you well, that conflict with your energy or your spirit. You're retreating from that and going in another direction. I heard relocation. I heard final. Dang, that really bothers me about that 5 of Wands. I'm going to have to let it go, but it bothers me because it was a real good message that was trying to come in. Yeah, I'm going to have to let it go. The 4 of Cups came for as far as areas of improvement. Okay, it's a little blurry. There we go. 4 of Cups. This is areas of improvement. 2 of Wands. So the contemplation thing happened with Aries. I don't know if it's a fire sign thing. I don't know what it is. Because I noticed Sagittarius was kind of like that. And Aries. And so then there's Leo. So I'm getting that. That's Knight of Cups. The contemplation is your hesitancy of the next steps. You're not exactly sure which route to take, but you're not seeing the bigger picture, and you're not seeing, you're not looking at all your options as you should. Dang. There we go. With this, I always say you're not looking at all the options because, one, the cup that's the divine is pretty much trying to put in your face. Really, your ancestors or your guides are trying to put in your face, but you're so fixated on the 3 cups. You're not really open, let alone you may be oblivious to the other options that you may have. And the 2 of Wands is challenging your belief system. You know, sometimes we say we believe this and we are for this or whatnot, but our actions don't line up. And we're all guilty of this. Our actions are not lining up with our belief system. And sometimes our belief system can contradict other parts of things that we believe subconsciously or what we adopted. So our habits, like say for instance, you believe like health is wealth, or well, I'll stay on that one. Health is wealth, but you're not eating healthy, or you're overindulging in sweets or not so healthy foods. You get what I'm saying? And not seizing, because it came in up on the weakness side or the areas of improvement. Not, I'm seeing 3 things. Not seeing opportunities, kind of overlooking them. Not being open to other perspectives or other avenues to look at something. So say for instance, you know you want to relocate. How you envision your relocation, it may be the same like going to a warm sunny place, right? You envision it to be like on the beach, or have a beachfront or a nice loft or a condo or whatever, right? And you move within the next 60 days. But your guides or spirit or your higher self may want you to consider moving closer to the, not on the coastline, like not get a home on the coastline because of other things you haven't considered as far as weather or challenges or whatever. And, you know, the downsides of living on the coastline, and, you know, your guides or your higher self or, you know, spirit is wanting you to get closer to move away from the shoreline, and not do it in 60 days, but give it probably another 4 to 5 months or even 6 months to consider. And not just jump ship and just go to this location without doing your due diligence as far as researching or whatever. So it's not necessarily saying not to relocate to that area, but maybe consider maybe testing it out, like going there a couple of times, you know, make it a weekend getaway kind of thing and visit it and see how you get a feel of it. Maybe it's taking your time as far as deliberating, because maybe you didn't consider another location that is just like this location but better. But you kind of turned your nose up to it because you were so fixated on how you envisioned it. You get what I'm saying? And lo and behold, the other place may very well be better than what you thought it would be. I'm also hearing love. So you may be obstinate or stubborn on your idea of love. And I think Aries had an issue with that too, where you have envisioned what your Prince Charming or significant other would be, you have this dream of this particular person and how they look, their height, skin, all that, their teeth, but and how they would treat you, but you're not considering all your options because you're so fixated. You're being so, it's okay to be particular. It's okay to know what you want, but sometimes you get surprises that you least expect if you're a little bit more open, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. I want to do heads up. Whoa. Okay. So the Fool card, the Ten of Swords flew out, and give me one more card. I like to do it in threes. When I saw the Ten of Swords, I saw someone going to jail. I did. I need three. Come on. They're trying to pop out. Like, come on. Give me three. So one more. Give me one more. All right. It gave me two instead of the one more. So the King of Swords and the Two of Swords came out. Something you don't want to look at or involve yourself in. So I'm hearing some of you don't want to see the truth in a situation. What is the Ten of Swords? And again, this all can be prevented, change, you know what I'm saying, if you're aware. A canceled trip. When the Chariot card came out, I immediately heard canceled trip. So that's the Chariot, and that you may be dealing with Cancer. Or you may very well be dealing with an air sign too, because a lot of air is coming up. That is the Knight of Swords. So you may end up having to cancel plans at last minute. Something may have come up. What is the Knight of Swords about? Delay in trips. Five of Pentacles. Seven of Cups in the reverse. For the five, because I asked for clarity on the Five of Pentacles. So there could be some missed opportunities. Like I was mentioning on the weakness or the areas of improvement, that there may be some opportunities that you miss out on because you're not seeing the bigger picture. And the more you stagnate or kind of drag your feet, in certain instances, the way it is, it's like cutting off the options. So say for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. You have a hair appointment, right? And you know that this person books up fast, this stylist. And so you see all these availability, like, oh, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna book it soon, don't worry about it, I'll book it soon. And you procrastinate and you keep pushing it. That's what the word is. You procrastinate and you keep moving forward, like, I'm gonna do it soon, whatever, right? And so then you know it's okay, like, you know it's a few other days have been marked off, like their calendar is surely like filling up. And then before you know it, you look and you check the calendar again, you press refresh or you go back to the site and their calendar is booked. Or they have only like 2 availability that you really can't deal with, but you know you need your hair did. You need your hair done. I'm being funny with the hair did. But you need your hair done and you can't really wait another month. You gotta settle for whatever and make adjustments accordingly. Okay? So that's one example. That's a basic day-to-day kind of thing. Not a major thing. You get what I'm saying? It's not a major situation. It could be even, I heard plane tickets. So, you know, you are the type that like to book last minute trips. This may be a situation where you're not able to do that last minute trip, or your booking gets canceled at the last minute, and then there's not another availability until later down the road, like way later. What is the King of Swords? And I think you're overthinking things too. So I asked about the King of Swords, Judgment, and Death. Remember I said putting it into some things. You've been contemplating some things. This is major. So I want to see exactly what you're not putting it into. Then at the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess came up. So you need to use your intuition. What is the Death card? I heard for some of you, it's one little thing that you need to let go of, that you don't realize that you're self-sabotaging. What is the Death card? What is the Death card? Okay. You can be dealing with an earth sign or an air sign. Remember I said there's a lot of air. The Magician came up. To me, it can complement the High Priestess. Because you're dealing with your subconscious, you're dealing with manifestation and drawing the things that you see subconsciously or you feel subconsciously and manifested it in reality, okay? Physical. The Magician is also Gemini, well, Mercury, Gemini, well, in planet Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So that's like the art of communication to me. In manifestation. The Taurus card or Hierophant card came up. So these are actual major decisions. I described, some of them were actually minor decisions, but these are actually something more impactful. What is the Judgment? Dang. The Hermit card flew out for Judgment. And I said Virgo, so you may be dealing with a Virgo. Or something that, also I heard something that you're dealing with in the spirit. Like spirit, even though everything is energy and everything like that, there's layers to it. So how I'm seeing it is, whatever you went inward with, which you dealt with subconsciously, whether it's subconscious blocks, limitations, lies, whatever, you are hanging on to one thing. It's one thing that you keep hanging on to that you haven't completely let go in your spiritual awakening. The Hierophant, I heard a contract. I heard a relationship. Okay, the air sign again, if you want to go by. So the Hierophant, I clarify the Hierophant, this came out. Star card, Aquarius is known by it sometimes. When I clarified the Hierophant and I got the Star card, it was a relationship that basically was an ideal relationship, but you're kind of still trying to buy time, I guess. You're still, it's something within you that is sabotaging the relationship. And this person could be really good for you and bring healing, healing energy to your heart. Like restoration, but you kind of see this person is really that deal. If you can see, that's 10 of Pentacles. They really that deal, but you sleeping on them for some reason. Okay, some of you, I'm hearing that you are kind of greedy in a sense of, and that's the only word I could come up with, but you know, like how you have like a list of what you want in a mate or a partner or whatever, right? And like, say for instance, you have this list and it's like 100 solid things that you just cannot, you don't want to eliminate. You have to have all these 100 things on your list. And the person has like 97 or 98. And you really dwelling on those two things, those 2 or 3 things that could be 100. Because you feel like, the more you elevate, the more you're supposed to be able to get. Like, you have this mentality like, I can get that the perfect person, instead of like really like enjoying what you have. And not saying settling, but dag, like 97 out of 100, 98 out of 100, and you still looking for more. And that's your belief system. You believe that you can have the perfect 100. I mean, you can have whatever you want. I heard T.I., you can have whatever you like. Okay. So, what is the Fool card? What is the Fool card? So, the High Priestess popped out for the Fool card. Giving things a chance. Using your intuition to try different things. I feel like a broken record at this point, because I keep saying try different things, but I really hear that for the current energy. Even in my readings on IG, I keep hearing that, and I just say it. I just have to. Eight of Wands came out because I want to know what the Fool card was all about. I usually don't do all these clarifications, but I'm just curious on the storyline. Give me a minute. So this is like long distance travel for me, the Eight of Wands, and communication from a distance. Yeah, you might be dealing with an aqua or an air sign. It can be aqua, Gemini, Virgo. You may even be dealing with a Capricorn. But something about it you don't want to... And it could be a Scorpio or some form of water, or some water sign. What's the Judgment card? The Eight of Wands, I heard telepathy. So some of you may communicate telepathically to someone. Judgment card, Three of Swords. There was a situation where you were hurt. Knowingly or unknowingly, that stain is still there on your subconscious. And you realize, for some of you, you realize that the past situations you've done, you settled. And you felt like you deserve more, because honestly, you feel like you deserve more. And it ain't no shame to that. And so with this particular individual or individuals that are pursuing you, you feel like you can still do better. And you haven't even really given them a solid chance. And so, you know, from what I'm gathering here, Spirit is asking you to consider all your options and to really just be open and enjoy the moment, be in the present. You don't have to immediately jump into a relationship per se, but being open to the opportunities that present themselves. Not all of them. You can use your discernment on that. But yeah, you felt like you settled in the past and you don't want to go that route. You don't want to do any more settling. Some of you have dealt with a Sagittarius in the past. You have dealt with a person in the medical field, like a doctor in the past. You may have dealt with a doctor. I heard Virgo doctor too. And it was just something off about the relationship. It was just too much. I heard some of you may have dealt with a lot of emotional highs and lows of a relationship, like the roller coaster effect, push pull, and dramatic endings and dramatic beginnings. You know, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of emotion. What is the Eight of Wands? What is the Eight of Wands? 2 cards came out for the 8 of Wands. So the Empress card, and that's either Libra or Taurus. That's like the Venus energy. And King of Pentacles. So again, I told you, maybe an earth sign like Virgo, Capricorn, I mentioned, and maybe even Taurus. So I consider you as the Empress. And this particular person, they're like really stable. They're good looking. They dress really well. Like, it's more so like not to be showy, flashy like, but it's more like luxe. Like, you can tell they have quality clothing. It doesn't have to be stand out. Like, they look like they have a whole bunch of designer labels listed on them or anything like that. But you can tell like they really put their money into their clothes. You get what I'm saying? They dress really well. Like, they like to go to like black tie affairs, I heard. They like to wear tuxedos, 3-piece suits, nice button downs. For some reason, I'm looking in the shoes. I heard blue suede shoes. They are blue suede shoes. I know you probably heard of that song with Elvis Presley. Don't step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, but don't step on my blue suede shoes. Okay, so I heard that, but then I heard loafer or something like that, and then sure enough, I looked down. I don't know if you can see it, but look. So they're a shoe person. They're intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily a genius, but they're intelligent. But give them a chance. So I've listed several situations. I want to see what the overall energy. The overall energy, okay? And this is this deck right here, Babiri. I believe I'm saying that right. Ha! So your card came out. Leo. Isn't that beautiful? What I'm hearing is like companionship when I look at this card. Like, this person, whoever is coming towards you or is already in your life right now, and you haven't given them a chance or a real opportunity, give them a shot. Like, they're really complimentary to your energy. At one point when I was doing readings, I noticed like a rainbow. So that may be something of significance for you as far as like promises, you know, like in the Bible, God's promise. You know, the rainbow is a sign of good fortune or good luck. You may be into African deities to know about, you know, the rainbow. Also, at first, initially it looked blue, and I heard more so like an air sign. Like, it's showing you highlighting the fire. Okay, highlighting the fire. And that person is highlighting the air and water. That is a true Leo. I'm also like hearing that to bring the fire out of you, like to bring the passion, because some of you may not be Leo suns, or you may have some other things going on in your chart. You may be rising, and that's something that, or something that you're ascending to, or even if you're not a Leo energy, something about your energy is being transmuted so that you can ascend into a real, I heard ethereal, but it's a real like powerful energy shift. Authoritative, illustrious, beautiful, striking, mesmerizing, even gorgeous. I heard muse, like M-U-S-E. And the Leo is about I will. You will things in. And 5 may be of significance to you. I'm hearing change. I heard dynamic. Some of you, I'm hearing speakers. This staff look like a microphone. Some of you may be performers. I heard jazz musicians, beats. You may be a drummer. I heard rhythmic, intuitive being on fire. Okay. So that's the overall energy. So you are in your element. You are in your energy. So that's a good thing. Anything else? I think that's about it. Gave you the heads up, overall energy, all of that. Okay. So this is the Leo reading. Fortunately, that 5 of Wands, that's still bugging me, but I'm gonna have to let that go. The 5 of Wands storyline didn't come back up, but hey, maybe the next time, or maybe I end up typing it when it comes back to my memory. Maybe it's not that much of importance as I think it is, but it's all good. So that's all I have. I think I'm gonna do one more reading today. I already did Aries today. So this will be all the fire signs. Once I upload this is all the fire signs that I've done. So that's all I have for you. All the information you need to book a reading, healing service, or just to check me out, see what I'm up to. It is in the description. It is in the description box. So again, I'm looking forward to doing more readings. I can't promise you that I'm going to do all 12 every single month, every single week kind of thing. I can't promise you that. But I can say that I will be consistent with uploading videos, whether it's dealing with solely just spirituality talks, to, you know, just doing current energy readings or whatnot. So for the overall or for the collective. But that's all I have for you. Be well. Take care.